What's up, you guys? It's Levi here. Welcome to the Cybersecurity Education channel. I got my phishing hat on, and you guys know what that means. It's time to talk about phishing, specifically spear phishing, and today I'm going to talk about everything you guys need to know about spear phishing. So if you guys have been watching my channel, you guys would have seen not too long ago that I posted a video of everything that you guys need to know about phishing. I'll put a card up above if you guys haven't seen that already. I highly suggest you check that out before you watch this video. So there's a lot of you guys out there that have probably seen that video or you've heard about what phishing is, and now you guys are like,
well, Levi, I know what phishing is, but I've heard of this term called spear phishing. What the heck is spear phishing?
Come on, you guys. You know, it's where you take a spear and you try to find that fish and you nail that fish with that spear. Duh, right? Alright, so we all know from my phishing video that phishing is where a bad person or a bad organization sends out a ton of phishing lines or emails, these little lines here, out to the fish out in the world, or you guys. And when someone gets fished, they grab one of these hooks that are out there or one of these emails and they take an action that's bad against themselves, that is advantageous to this bad boat. Some of the actions that these fish or you guys would take if you fell for one of these phishing emails is clicking on a link or clicking on an attachment, getting malware on your system that can do whatever the F it wants to your system or your device, responding back to that email with critical information that could harm you or your organization, or making a phone call, sending a text, or using another method to give that information out. Those are all what phishing is. So what's the difference between this phishing and spear phishing? Well, when you think about regular spear phishing, there's just one line here. Let's pretend that this is a spear. And it's targeting individual users or targeting individual organizations here. So instead of the millions and millions and millions of emails that are being sent out to random people, a spearfish is when a bad boat is targeting one person or one organization with specific information that they know about that person or that organization that they gathered through online searches, social media, asking the right questions to people in the organization, and things like that. And that information can then be used against you or the people in the organization, and they're very, very, very tricky to figure out. So you got to have your head on a swivel, because they're going to see them a lot more legit than some of the phishing emails that you guys get. Generally, the targets in spear phishing are going to be higher level executives in an organization, because they're the ones that are the most valuable inside an organization. Other people that would be impacted in an organization are people that are connected to those high-level executives and people that deal with a lot of money in organizations. But anybody can be a target to this. I mean, even the lowest person on the totem pole in an organization can be targeted, because they're an easier target. An attacker wants to get into a network and they can hit that easy target and break into their system. The hardest part is getting into a network. Once you're in that network, you can cause some massive, massive damage as an attacker. So you have to be on the lookout no matter who you are. The fact that the bad guys are searching social media and online profiles and company profiles is why it's absolutely critical that you guys pay attention to what you're putting out there on the internet, because that information can be used against you guys. So I know that you guys are probably like,
I know what the spear phishing is, but Levi, how do I protect myself from being spearfished?
So a lot of the tips that I gave in that phishing email video are the same as the spear phishing video, with an emphasis. you have to pay attention to these even closer than you did on that phishing email, because they're going to be very convincing, because they're using information about you or your organization to make them seem way more legit. All right, so the first thing that you guys need to pay attention to is the sender address. Does the sender even look legit? Does the email address look legit? Does the sender name look legit? If not, you know it's a phishing email. Even if all that information seems to make sense and it ties to you perfectly, it's a phishing email, and there's a high chance in that situation it's a spear phishing email. But even if you do recognize the sender or the email address, those can be spoofed, so you can't use this as your only method, but you can use this as a method of elimination. Just don't use it as your only method, because email addresses and names can be copied by an attacker. All right, the number 2 thing that you guys should be looking for in these emails is hovering over any links that you're getting in these emails and making sure that they're going to where they say they're going, and that you recognize that location that it's going to. So a lot of times there'll be misspellings and things like that. Make sure if the link's going to google.com, it's got 2 O's in it and it doesn't have like 5 of them in there. You got to be extra careful on those links to make sure that they're going where you actually think you're going, and that you recognize those links. Number 3 is to make sure you smash that like button. Just kidding. Oh, I mean, number 3, if the email contains something that seems fishy, you know, kind of like the phishing that we're talking about, it seems too good to be true, or it seems like it's not normal, that's a good sign that this is a scam. Number 4, watch out for emails that try to get you to complete an action extremely quickly, that are pressuring that you guys have to do it now, or that somebody in a position of authority is trying to get you to do something that you normally wouldn't be doing, and you feel like you're going to cave under pressure. In those specific emails, I would contact that person directly through another method besides email, and make sure that that action is legit, because those actions can make you not think, because you're so nervous and you don't want a bad action to happen against you, when by doing those actions you'll have a bad action happen against you. It just won't be from your supervisor or somebody in your organization, it'll be from this bad boat, right? All right, number 5, check spelling and grammar on emails, and just the look of the email. If it looks weird looking and has a lot of misspellings, that's a good sign that it is a scam email. Number 6, are you opening an attachment in an email? If you are, make sure that if it wants you to enable content and turn on a macro, you are 100% sure that you need to open that you need to enable a macro to do whatever you're doing. If you are not 100% sure, don't do it. Always check up with if the person was legit, to contact them via another method besides that email and say, hey, did you mean to send a macro, and is it needed in this email? If they say yes, then you know you're good to go. But if they don't, then don't open it, because guess what? You're almost 100% guaranteed after you click enable content on that macro to download malware to your system and let this guy in the bad boat do whatever the F they want to your system. So just don't open macros unless you're 100% sure. The same goes for downloading files and opening them. Make sure you have a legit reason for opening those files before you do that. And finally, number 7, make sure you're watching educational cybersecurity content like this channel on at least on a weekly basis, so that you guys can have the cybersecurity knowledge in your head. When situations come up, you guys know the right thing to do, and it keeps security fresh in your mind. By having security fresh in your mind, you'll be more likely to take the right action. Also on this channel, each and every single month, I post a video about the top 3 phishing incidents of the previous month, so that you guys can learn from those. You guys need to make sure that you're checking those out so that you guys can build a vaccination or an immunity to falling for these phishing emails. The more you guys see of various phishing email examples, the less likely you guys are going to fall for them. I hope you guys enjoyed this content a lot. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to promote this content on YouTube so more people like you guys can see this and help protect themselves from this terrible cybersecurity stuff that we talk about on this channel. Also, make sure that you're sharing this out with your family and friends if you find this beneficial. I thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any comments, feel free to leave them down below and I will make sure to answer your questions and comments. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a fantastic day.